Welcome to WHHI-TV's Daily News. It's another beautiful day in the Lowcountry. I'm Betsy McDaniel, and here are today's headlines. Hilton Head Town Councilors were very excited to see the first plans for the park that could cover the 102 acres of the old Planters Row golf course on the north end of the island. The town's consultants unveiled the first potential drawings of what the park might look like, with 5 distinct areas around a great lawn in the middle. The great lawn area could contain a fountain, a small amphitheater, and maybe an observation tower. Another area could contain an open-air market and gardens that produce vegetables, as well as an area with flowers and cultivated landscapes. For the kids, an active playground with a water feature similar to Caligny Beach. And finally, an eco-park at the north end of the property that would be a nature preserve and a conservation area that will offer bike and walking paths. There'd be about 600 parking spaces on the edges of the park. Next, the consultants will price out the options, expecting to stay under a $100 million price tag. You can see all the details on the town's website. Out of the Bluffton Town Council this week, they have voted to add a pair of buildings to the list of contributing resources in the historic district: the Jenny Kitty Municipal Building and the old Bluffton Post Office. As the mayor put it, Bluffton's sense of place is what makes our town so unique, with the town going on to say that adding these buildings to the list officially documents their significance, architectural qualities, and the roles they played in the town's history. These are the first additions to that list since 2018. A geology professor at Western Carolina University is telling officials at the Parris Island Marine Recruit Depot something those folks don't want to hear: that as long as sea levels continue to rise, the depot's lifespan is limited. Rob Young says he can't say if it'll be 10 years from now or 50, but Mother Nature is going to eventually flood most of the 8,000-acre island. Leaders at the base are counting on reefs of recycled oyster shells to help build back salt marshes and at least slow the erosion. The base has applied for millions of dollars in grant money to start that project. The media sources on your screen will have more on these and other stories, and we would love for you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you have an idea for a story, we'd love to hear it. So drop us a line at news@WHHITV.com. And now here's what happened last night in the Loco with Justin Jarrett.
Hey Loco sports fans and WHHI viewers, pull up to the Wednesday edition of Last Night in the Loco on WHHI, powered by Lowcosports.com. Things have slowed down on the Lowcountry sports scene for the time being. The high school season has wrapped up, and the baseball and softball all-stars haven't yet said play ball, so we're mostly biding our time between golf tournaments and tennis tournaments, unless the most dynamic football coach in America pulls up or pipes up on social media. On Sunday afternoon, the legendary Neon Dion Primetime Sanders, better known to kids these days as Coach Prime from Jackson State University, posted on Twitter that he was looking for players on Hilton Head and asked to be pointed to the island's inner city. Finding nothing but laughter at that notion, he was instead guided toward Hilton Head High coach BJ Payne, who jumped in and challenged Coach Prime to pull up, as the kids say. And on Monday, well, Prime pulled up. Seahawks Director of Football Operations Sarah Beachkowski was called to the school office to meet a visitor who directed her to the parking lot where Neon Dion was waiting. She escorted him through the school incognito with a hoodie and glasses and took him to Payne, who enjoyed the surprise chat and filled Coach Prime in on what the Loco is all about. No reports yet of Coach Prime pulling up at other schools in the Loco, but you can bet BJ Payne put in a good word. And there's plenty of talent worth seeing around the area. Rising tides lift all boats. We have a feeling Coach Prime will be back. That does it for today's edition of Last Night in the Loco. We'll be back tomorrow to round up the biggest headlines from the Lowcountry sports scene. For Loco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Loco.
Thanks, Justin. Now let's take a look at the weather with Maria.
Thanks, Betsy. All right, let's take a look at the weather for Thursday. So it looks going to be cloudy all day in all 3 regions. Hilton Head's going to have a high of 82, a low of 75. Bluffton's going to have a high of 85 and a low of 73. And Beaufort's going to have a high of 86 and a low of 74. The sunrise for Thursday is going to be at 6:20 and sunset's going to be at 8:20. Taking a look at the beach tides, low tide's going to be at 2:06 p.m. and high tide's going to be at 7:38 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the weekend into the weekend, Friday there's going to be thunder showers throughout the day in all 3 regions. Highs are going to be in the 80s, lows in the 70s. Then come Saturday, it's going to be sunny with highs in the 80s and lows in the upper 60s. And then come Sunday, it's going to be sunny again with highs in the 80s and lows in the upper 60s. That's it for today. Let's head it back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. And we'll be back in just a moment with an interview with Dr. Frank Rodriguez. Don't go away.